So just look at the logs which are getting generated. So right now the draft election we can see, and block number is 0. You can see here, right? And channel is insurance channel. Now let's try to join the channel. So to join channel, we have command peer channel join. So when we run this, okay. So now you can see come here, and you can see like here the block number 0, okay. And now you can see joining gossip protocol of the insurance channel, okay. So for HDFC life, here you can check out the logs, right? Now next thing is we will join from second organization. So execute and run the same command. Now you will get log for your peer 0 SBI. Okay. So now it's done. Next is we are going to update the anchor peers. Okay. So first we'll update for organization 1. So for that, let's set the environment variable first. Okay. So we'll set the environment variables for first organization. Okay.
When I run this peer channel join, it's showing me one error.
What is there?
Error getting endorser client or the channel. Failed to load the config.
Okay.
Let me just
share
I'm sharing my screen. So I run this command. Then maybe channel
here client and field tail is root start file open. No such file or directory. But why it is searching in config tx cert? Oh, okay. There is a problem, right? You have copied the you are missing k in block. Your channel join -b channel artifacts channel name dot. Okay, so now it is searching in TLS cert. But why it is searching here? Okay.
Some config path.
Some path is no. This is here. This is correct. Go to your environment variables first. Okay, so here TLS cert. Okay. So here. No, go up, go up. One minute. Go up. Up. See, you have changed here peer 0 HDFC Life CA line number 15, right? But you have not exported on the sorry, you are not exported on line number 32. Just look at this line number 32. Still, you are using the old one.
Peer 0.
Yeah.
So that variable will have to
give. That variable you have to give here.
I think there might be some issues while renaming the variables. That could be the possible reason.
Yeah. Okay. And like this, other than just go to left side once. Just scroll left side. Okay, so here you have HDFC. Okay, here this is correct. Okay, fine. Yeah, try to run it again. Okay, you have to set the environment variable again. Okay, my bad.
environment variable.
So, source, this one. Now try. Now it's working.
Okay. So it was the environmental variable.
Environment variable was
Okay,
wrong.
okay, okay. Yeah, all good now.
Okay, so next one is we are going to update the anchor pairs. Okay, so like why we need to update the anchor pairs. So still we are not like okay. Uh, we have created a channel. Our peers have joined the channel, but as you know, like every network will have the like, or every organization will have an anchor peer also in the organization. Okay, and right now in our network we have only one peer in the organization. Those one peer we are going to make the anchor peers. Okay, so for that we are going to update our configuration. So channel configuration is available on the block number 0, or you can say Genesis block, right? Now we have to fetch the channel configuration, do the update, and then send again back that particular change as a transaction. Okay, so yesterday I think I have shown you. So what we are going to do is we are going to use set anchor peer.sh. This is the script. Okay, so this set anchor peer, let's open the set anchor peer first. So this is my set anchor peer dot sh. Okay, so here what is happening is this five things will be this five so basically three functions will be executed. Okay, so first one is I'm just taking an argument in the org. Okay, so from here if I'm passing one, so it will work for hdfc. If I'm passing two, then it will work for sbi, right? And now after that, channel name. So channel name is variable number two. So from variable number two I'm passing channel name, right? After that, set global CLI. Okay, since we are doing the changes with the help of CLI container. Okay, so always remember whenever you do this kind of changes, generally we have to go inside the container. So we have to get the access to container. So for that, we will go inside a container. So like if you want to go inside the container, we have to use the command docker exec. Okay, so docker exec is the command to go inside the container. Now, on which container I just want to go inside? I just want to go inside the CLI container, which is already running. And then I will run the set anchor peer.sh and then channel name. So if I'm going inside CLI, then I will set the set global CLI. This is one of the function. This function has been written in the env okay, and to this function I will pass an argument. What, let's say if I receive one, so I will pass hdfc. If I get two, then all will be sbi. Okay, so in the env you, one function is set globals, second function is set global cli. Okay, internally it will call the set globals only. Okay, to set the environment variables, but after that it will just override few things. Okay, so it will just override this core peer address to peer 0 hdfclife.example.com and 7051 and 9051. That's it. Okay, so my set global CLI is done. Now well, we'll call create anchor peer update. Okay, when you call create anchor peer update, it will call this function create anchor peer update. Okay, here what it is going to do is it will call fetch channel config. Okay, so we have config update.sh. So here I'm importing this script config update.sh. Okay, from this file I'm calling fetch channel config. Okay, so fetch channel config is available here. This is my function to fetch channel config. So here it will require a argument for organization, one argument for channel name, and third argument is your output. Okay, so basically, first it will do fetching the most recent configuration block for a channel. So for that, the command is peer channel fetch config, then your block. So block will be config underscore dot pb. So it will be in a pb format. Okay. Once we get it, then we will decode the block. So to decode the block, we will use a tool that is config tx letter. Config tx letter tool is available in the bin folder. This is the one. Okay. So with the help of this tool, we will decode the config block to JSON. Okay. Just like we did in the last
Like we did
session.
yesterday. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yesterday we did, right? So it
Yes.
will just decode from block to JSON. Okay.
Mhm.
So input file is config block.pv and your final file would be in JSON. Okay. Once we do this, we'll come back here. After that, it will just generate the it will just set the anchor peer. So if it is organization is SDFC, so here it should do for org1. So instead of org1, we have to make it HDFC live. Okay. If organization is coming to, then it should do for SBI live. Okay. So once we do this, after this it will come to here. Okay. And then it will modify the configuration with the updated anchor peers. And then it will call create config update function, which is already available in the config update. So this is create config update. This function will require four things: channel name, original configuration, modified configuration, and the final output. Okay. So original meaning the one which we have received from the block, okay, which we have fetched from the network. That is my original. Modified meaning I have copied and then I have modified that. Okay. So basically what we do is we won't touch the original one. Okay. So we just fetch the original. We create a copy of original. Okay. Then the copy we modify, and after that we will just uh, we'll just find out the difference. Okay. From original and modified. Okay. So whatever difference we get, that is my change. So here, so first is you can just see here, this is my original config.pv. So I'm creating a file that is original config.pv. Second one is modified config.pv. Okay. And then we are going to, so from here, from original and modified, we are going to create a new file that is the difference, that is config underscore update.pv. So basically we are trying to find out the difference between original and the modified. Okay. After that, we'll convert that into the JSON format. Then we will just try to echo the whatever changes are there. And lastly, we'll just use the help of config later. We'll create a, so basically we are going to do a envelope. So whatever changes is there, we'll just do the create a envelope. The envelope is nothing but just like a message envelope, right? Where we just combine everything. So that envelope will be created here, and you will get an output file, and that output will come here. Okay. And it will create a anchor dot transaction. Once we create the anchor dot transaction, after that we will call update anchor peer. So to update anchor peer, we'll have the function here. So in this function, we'll call peer channel update for order details, channel name, and then we'll pass this anchor.tx. So in the anchor.tx, this is a transaction. So in this transaction, we have the complete information what we want to change in the configuration files. So here, finally we are going to update with the help of orderer. Once we update it, then you will get two things. So again we'll call verify result, okay, or successing. So if in the verify result, if something is getting filled, so you will get a error like a anchor peer update failed. Okay, so if you go here, I think it will be there in util. Verify. Strange. Okay, fine. So this is how we'll get the success or error. Okay, so let's try to do it. Let's first set the environment variable, and then we'll set the or we'll update the anchor peers. So one thing to remember here is right now we were having the block 0, right? Only one block was there, and when we update the anchor peers, so basically a change we are going to do, right? So when you do the change, you are going to update or you are going to create a new block, okay? Because one transaction is happening, and as we know, like in every 2 seconds one new block will be created. So in the logs, if you see, you will see a latest block number, okay? So let me find out where is the block number. Hmm, here, committed block number 1, right? On pr0sgfc.example.com. This is the one, correct?
Okay. And hash is that block search, right? Commit hash, it is saying.
So this is the block hash,
Okay.
okay? And also, you will find like here, it was saying no configuration, no configured anchor peer, right? But now here you will see one for organization SBI Life, still it will say there is no configuration. Okay, but for SDFC we have configured, so you will not get that warning again. Okay, so now also if you want to check it out this particular transaction, so you have to just go to your local host 5984, and then you can log into the database that is CouchDB. Okay, and here you will find out the transactions also. Okay, so here right latest block number is 1. Now let's update the second one also. So you will find, so to update the second one we have to just change to 2, and here also we'll just change to 2. Now if you see, it is retrieving last block number is 1. Okay, and then it will update all these commands, and lastly here you will see committing block number 2.
We'll have to change that get our peer context as well to 2, right?
Ha,
Okay, I
yes, 2.
think that command is missing on line on point 8. Maybe
Okay,
we'll add
yeah,
that.
let me. Okay. So this is how we are going to update our anchor fields.
Mhm.
Next is, so let's go to the next part. So in the next part, we are going to create a chain code. So now we are going to develop a chain code. That chain code name is insurance chain code. Okay. So
Can you share this URL? There. I will
I'm
add
just
this
sharing.
on Trailers.
Yes, yes. Okay. So the very first thing what you guys have to do is, if you have not created a chain code folder, so first create a chain code folder in the insurance application. Okay. So I hope we have created earlier also.
Yeah, we created that.
Huh, perfect. So now we in the terminal we have to just go inside the chain code folder. Okay. So cd dot dot and cd chain code. Okay. So just come inside the chain code folder, and then we have to execute go inside. Okay. And then we have to execute this command. So why we are executing this command? Because since the very first time we are going to write a chain code, right? So till this point we have only used the chain code which are already developed, right, or already created. This is the first time when we are going to, like, in like from scratch we are going to create a chain code, right? So for that, the very first thing what we have to do is we have to initialize our chain code. Okay. So it is common for all the Golang chain codes. Okay. In every, like, in if you are creating GitHub repo, that also you have to initialize. If you are creating Node.js application, that time also you have to initialize your application. So basically, when you initialize your application, one project will be created inside it, right? So same thing will happen here also. So let's try to do go mod init simple insurance application chain code. So here, just so right now, before running this, just look at your chain code folder. It is empty now. Okay. When I run this, just look at the changes. Okay, it is saying creating a new Go mod module simple insurance application chain code. And if you come here, one go.mod has been created. Okay. So this is the dependency file. So whatever dependencies you are going to have in your external dependencies, you are going to have in your chain code, all dependencies automatically will come here. So the dependency we have to just install, and then it will come here. Also, whatever version of Go Lang you have installed, that version will come here. So in my machine, I am having 1.15. If you are having 1.14 or 1.16, you will be having that version. Okay. So, like, so there is very common error. Okay. So basically, for when you, let's say, you copy paste chain code from somewhere, and if you try to run in your machine, right? So sometime the error comes, I like go routine error will come while installing your chain code or while packaging your chain code basically. Okay, so why that error comes? Because we have copied the chain code from somewhere else, and now that chain code has different version of Go in the mod. So basically in the go.mod, if let's say in my machine I have 1.15, but if I write here 1.13, then it will give me error. Okay, why? Because there is a version mismatch. This chain code has been written in 1.13 and I'm having the version 1.14 or 1.15. So it will give you error. So that is very common error when you copy paste the code from somewhere else. Okay, and if the Go version is not same, you will get these kind of errors. So just keep in mind whenever this kind of thing comes, the very first thing you have to do is you have to check your Go version and you have to check your the Go version inside go.mod. Okay, for every chain code. After that, next is I'm going to use contract API, right? So we need to have that also. Anyway, we are already having the Go contract API, but we have to include in the go.mod also. So just run this. So here I got the contract API, and just go to your Go mod again. So you will get require GitHub and your complete URL and then version 1.1.1. Okay, so here we are using the contract API, so that we have to import it. So here we have just mentioned in the go.mod. Okay, go.mod is very similar to your package.json in the Node.js or in the Express. Okay, so basically here I'm just defining my dependencies. Whatever dependencies I'm going to have in my system, all the dependencies we are going to mention here. Okay. Any question?
No.
Next is GoSum. Okay, so basically in GoSum, you will get all the logs. Okay, so these are the logs. Basically, whenever you run this, whenever you import this, so whatever dependencies are there, okay, so that dependencies you will the complete logs will come here. Okay, now next is we are going to create a new folder. That folder name would be contracts. Okay, so let's create a folder inside the chain code folder, and here we are going to write our contract. So here in the Fabcar chain code, okay, we must have seen like we create only one chain code file, right? Only one file is there, fabcar.go, and everything is written there only. But here what extra we are going to do is I will show you another way of writing the chain codes. Okay, so basically one file, one main.go, I am going to create inside the chain code folder. Okay, like this main.go. This is my main file. Okay, and the contracts I am going to write inside the contracts folder. And basically I can have multiple contracts and then I can import in the main.go. Right? Clear?
Yeah.
So now once we create the contracts folder, we'll create a new file there. That file name will give as insurancecontract.go. Okay, so let's come here inside the contracts folder. Let's create a new file, and this is my contract file. So this is the contract file which I have created just now. Right. Now in this contract file, we are going to first name our contract. Okay. So to name our contract, we have to give as the package name. Right.
Yeah.
So package name, as I said, in the Go programming also you can give as you want. Okay. So here my package name is contracts. After that, as you know, like in every chain code, we are going to have the import, right? So here we are going to import. Okay. So whatever like packages you are going to use, okay, all those packages you have to import here. Okay. So what we will do is when we start writing the chain code, that time I will just import when and now and then needed. Okay, whenever it will be needed, I will try to import it. Okay, after that we'll create a contract structure here. Okay, as you know, every contract structure. So this is my contract structure. I will name it to insurance contract, and this structure I am going to use everywhere. Okay, so in all the methods which I'm going to write, I'm going to use insurance contract. Okay, now we are going to create some structures for our assets. Okay, so we'll go line by line. So first package name, then your imports, then your first structure for your contract. Now we'll create some additional structures for our assets. So the very first asset which we are going to have, that asset name is account asset. Okay, so this is the asset of my account. Okay, so inside this you can just create the fields. Okay, so here we can create our fields. So let me get the fields. Okay, so fields you can define as per your requirement. Okay, that is up to you. Clear?
Yes.
So let me get the okay. So now these are my fields for assets. Okay, so I just copy this. Okay, so now what I will do is I will create let's do one thing. Code share. So just copy the code from here. Okay.
Yeah.
So here what I'm doing is I'm creating a structure here. This structure is for my account. Okay, so basically one asset I'm going to have, that asset name is account asset. Okay, and this asset will have fields: doc type, account ID, owner name, latest transaction, users, and plan ID. Okay, so my use case is something like I first will create an account. Okay, just like a bank account. Okay, and then we'll see, okay, how many users are there in the account. So you can have like a one account, and inside one account we can have multiple users. Let's say one joint account is there. Okay, so of course in joint account two people can be there or three people can be there, right? So it's very similar type of use case we have. So we'll create account, and this use case is in the insurance domain. So in the insurance, generally we have the use cases like okay, one account is there, and in the one account multiple policy holders can be there, right? So that is how we are going to have this, right? Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so after this, let's try to understand this doc type. Okay, so doc type is basically I'm defining for differentiating the different type of assets. Okay, so this account have will have one asset. So let's say in my, when I'm writing the rich queries, and if I just want to get the all accounts, only accounts, not users, not transactions, only account records, I just need to fetch it out from the world state. Okay, so this is a kind of collection you can see in the MongoDB, if you know, in or in SQL we have tables, right? So this doc type will help me out to differentiate, okay, this particular document is a account type. Okay, so whenever if I want to get all the accounts, I just give a doc type as account, and then I will get the complete list of accounts which are available in the ledger or in the world state. Okay, then normal fields will be there like account ID, owner name, latest transactions, and the users. So users, you can see we are using an array, right? So basically, just the type is array here. Okay. So what will happen is, to work with this, I just need to create a user asset. Okay. So here, this is my user assets. So this complete user I'm going to import, or I'm going to use here. So whenever I'm going to use, whenever I'm going to create this users, so the fields will go, all these four fields go inside it. Okay, so basically structure inside is in structure. So nested structure we have created here in a very simple term. Okay, so nested structure we have created here.
Yes.
So this code also. Okay, so in the user, if you see, I'm creating again a doc type to just differentiate user ID, user name, and relationship, like owner relationship. It is a self, spouse, or dependent. Okay. After this, next we are going to have a policy asset. Okay, so basically to hold the policy data. Oh, sorry, plan data. My bad. First plan data and then policy data. So this is the plan data. Okay, so in the plan structure, I'm having doc type to differentiate the plans, plan ID, name, family. Is it a family plan or not? So here I'm using Boolean. Okay, so then the value will come in true or false. Then family, sorry, plan options. Okay, so it will be a array. Okay, so it will be array. So options can be multiple. Okay, it can be 1, 2, 3, whatever number of options we can have. but we'll have the multiple options here inside an array. Similar way, we have the policy also. Okay, so this is the structure for policy. Right?
Yes.
So in the policy, we have doc type, policy ID, name, and few other fields. Okay, you can just check out the your data types. Okay, so these many assets I am going to have in my chain code. Okay, for my this particular use case, I'm going to have these many. So total 4 assets I'm going to have. So I will have the account, I will have the user, then policy, and then plan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys have deleted something here?
Sorry.
No, on document, I think someone has deleted. Let me.
Oh, maybe someone might have cut and pasted it.
Okay. So after this, I'm going to define some global variables. Okay, so some counters are there, like account count, user count, plan count, policy counts, and default FSA balance. So we have one FSA balance here is okay. So whenever a policy is being assigned, or whenever a particular user will buy a policy, basically we are trying to assign or we are giving a default FSA balance. Okay, so that balance will be one integer I'm going to create. Okay, and then I will create a variable that I will call as an insurance contract. Okay, so let's create these variables here. So here, these are the variables which you can create as per your requirement. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule. Okay, so you can create the variables as per your requirements, but okay, after this we are going to write the init method here. Okay, so why I'm calling this keyword is func, right? But why I'm calling this as a method? Anyone? Just
It's a function, right? And it is accepting some parameters and
yeah, so it is having a receiver argument here. SPC is my receiver argument. Okay, so receiver arguments is like how like we have a function and we have methods. So what is the difference between methods and function? So function is a straightforward function. Okay, it will not have any receiver argument, but methods will have the receiver arguments. Okay, so this SPC is my receiver argument, and this receiver argument is receiving this complete contract. Okay, so it is receiving the complete insurance contract. The structure it is pointing. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you this is a method, not a function. Okay, so after this, here is my method name, that is init insurance. And here what we are going to do is we are going to use the CTX and then contract API. So contract APIs are coming from here, the contract APIs, right? And then we have to give a default balance. Okay, so as we said, to every user we are going to give a default balance. Okay, so like global variable we have created here, so here we are just assigning the value to it. Okay, so every time the default FSA balance will have 1000 in it. Okay, and then all the pointers, sorry, all the counters I'm going to start at 0. So all counters will start at 0, 0, 0, like policy, plan, user, and accounts, and I will return the nil. So this is the very basic logic which I am writing in the init function. Okay, so let's write it down here. Another thing, just correct this out. Okay, so here we are going to use these many imports. So let me correct it here. Clear? So init function is done. Next function we have is the register user account. Okay, so this this is the function to register the user account. So basically what I'm trying to do here is, the method name is register account, then here the name will come from the terminal, okay, or from the CLI, and at the last will return an account here. Okay, and then here we have the ID. Okay, so one variable I'm creating here, ID, and that ID I'm going to generate. Okay, so I will generate with the help of ID generator. This is another function which we are having. Okay, so ID generator is this one, helper function. Okay, so this is my ID generator. So what it will be doing is, if I pass doc type, name, and count, so basically it will create a unique ID for me. Okay, so as you know, like every record should have the unique ID. So we'll pass account name and account count. So it will return a unique ID to us. Once we get the unique ID, then first we are going to check if there is any ID is available on the same ID, the ID which we have created. If there is already an account is available for the ID, so we'll check that out here. Okay, we'll pass the ID here. Okay, with the help of get state, and then we'll try to read from here. Okay, so if we get anything, if we get error, so it will give the error. If you get, like, if account byte is not nil, so we'll say the account is already exists for the particular user. Okay, if this both conditions are not fulfilled, then it will come here. Here it will create a variable, and in this variable will assign the user structure. Okay, user structure meaning this one. Okay, so user structure will have doc type, user ID, username, and owner relationship. After this, we'll create a new variable here, and then we'll call contract dot register user. Okay, so there is another function, register user. Remember, this is register account. Okay, so we have a different function, that is register user. Okay, so I'm calling register user. So first I will register a user, then I will create an account with that user. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
First user will be created, and then account will be created. So here the user is getting created. Once I get the user, I will put in one array. Okay, and then I will create a structure for my account, and here I will pass that user array. Okay, so doc type is account ID is the ID which we have created, owner name is the owner name, whatever name comes, later transaction. So we have the functionality available is in the get stub, that is get transaction ID. Okay. So if you use get transaction IDs, you will get the latest transaction which is happening right now. Okay. And you can put inside the structure here. Then user, that is user array, which is coming from the user, and plan ID. So plan ID right now it is blank. So I just give the empty string here. And then we'll convert into the bytecode, and then we'll save the data into the ledger. Clear? So let's just write it down, this register user account. Okay. And here also I just give you. Clear? And also you can, yeah, so other function will discuss on Monday then, because I have some functionality, some logic. So we'll continue on Monday then.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Fine. So have a nice weekend, and then we'll
You
meet on
too.
Monday.
Yeah, you
Have a nice day and nice weekend right there. Bye for now.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.